Hi, I'm Bill Treiber with Artistic Finishes, and today's video is a training discussion regarding the installation of engineered treads. Now, if you go back into our technical information page, you will find already some tread and riser installation technique trainings. But today's discussion is going to focus specifically on just engineered treads. You've installed stair treads when along comes engineered treads. Most notably, the species that we sell and will be a part of your portfolio, if they're not already, European oak, bamboo, acacia, and a few others. But let's take a closer look at each of these. Know the substrate material. Much like solid core doors, the ends of the treads are solid filled with the same material as the wear layer themselves. You can see that clearly with the European oak. Not as clearly with the bamboo because it is also bamboo in this case. Acacia uses a further different material, more like an MDF in some cases, or an HDF material. This makes for a better look and performance of the tread, but once you cut either the back or the ends, you're changing the composite sandwich of the tread and its ability to transfer moisture throughout. The MC, or the moisture content, becomes more critical with the alterations to the treads. So any end cuts and back cuts should be sealed prior to installation using a quick dry, fast drying polyurethane for any surface that allows for moisture to be transferred through the material. Secondly, you're already using adhesive and nails, right? But look for an elastomeric adhesive with a high green grab and waterproof capabilities. If installing directly onto stringers, be generous on all of the full lengths of the stringers. And note that a wavy pattern would be used if you're going over sub-treads. Now, my recommendation for a superior adhesive is sold right here at Artistic Finishes. It's our MS-245. The MS stands for Modified Silane, and it gives you superior grip to wood, plastic, metal, drywall, any of the construction materials that you will deal with, and it cures very quickly. But it gives you that little bit of elastomeric qualities for when heavy loads come up and down the steps. Next, the nails. Use a hardened steel, tempered hardened steel trim nail as opposed to just a plain finishing nail. This gives you the opportunity to also go with a ring shank end, which will actually help bond it better to the substrate, and or that being the stringer or sub-tread. So the nail being critical. Now what I like to do with the nails is actually cut the head off of one and use it like I show you here as the drilling bit for your individual locations of your nails. I've been careful to note that I'm back far enough behind the front edge of the stringer, and I can show that to you here. Okay, if this is our stringer, this is going to be in front of that, okay, or behind the edge of it. And you can see that I've used a couple here that have been filled. I finish with a very small nail punch. As we go down into the nail, I want to make, or into the tread, I want to make sure that I've got it low enough so that I'm below the edge of the wear layer. Because the wear layer will move at times going through seasonal changes independently different than the substrate. And of course, when you get close to on a finished tread where you still are nailing this down, okay, you want to get to the point where you have a larger nail punch that encapsulates the head of the finishing nail. That will enable you to be secure in knowing that you can take that down very safely beneath the edge. These are a few little techniques regarding the nailing. Now, of course, you're going to want to work your way from the middle of the tread. We don't really have enough girth here to show you all the different stringers, but work from the middle section of the tread back towards the front, and then do the same on either left or right ends, starting in the back, working your way forward. This ensures that you'll be uptight next to the riser in the back, okay? And it'll bring it down and on top of the riser in the front, which you want to be certain to be level across the front on your riser, okay? The final key point is to countersink with your nails and use a wood filler. Now, what I've done is I've taken a wood filler that uses the same oil finish that is on this tread and mixed it into a batch that enables me to be able to fill these holes, okay, very easily, taking off the excess. Not to be too concerned, I can wash that out, but you can see, you can barely see that. Here again, I've done 2 holes already. I've got 1 more here that I can use that on. Okay? And just rubbing that clear gives you a nice custom blend to the floor. And when you're all said and done, you've got yourself a premier installation. And this would be considered a pre-finish sealer. If you don't have a pre-finish sealer, then you do want to consider just one last thing, which would be to be able to use a polyurethane that you could brush in those areas to seal that sealer off once it's fully cured, which should be within a day. I want to thank you for being with us. I hope you've learned a thing or two, and we'd like to see you at the next one. Have a great one.